Hey guys, welcome to the new and improved Two Men No Hope, where we and Jamie have decided to discard our standard names and go for a more natural name. My name is now Whack, after the sound of Jamie punched me in the face, and Jamie's name is now Whoosh, after Charlotte when he asked her to do something. And got to crack that whip, Jamie, didn't you?
Well, it's definitely getting cracked on me, mate. I am definitely not wearing the trousers in this relationship.
But as the year comes to an end, we are now in December. Everyone's getting their Spotify Wrapped, and I hope our podcast is up there in your top 5 of podcasts of the year.
It has been for a few listeners, isn't it?
Yeah, we've now got 29 5 stars on Spotify. People leaving comments. We've got, I think we hit, what did I say, was 40, no, we'll be 37 in the comedy charts in Good Pods.
Yeah.
We passed 100 subscribers on YouTube. It is all kicking off, and next year's going to only be bigger. Fingers crossed.
Bigger and better.
Bigger and better. But please, like always, leave them stars, leave them comments, send those emails to keep us going. As we've said before, our Christmas-ish episode will be coming up. I think we decided the Friday was the 23rd, so that'll be our Christmas episode. We were spitballing a few ideas. We were talking about doing a Secret Santa for me and Jamie. I will be getting that disapproving Dan if we do it. That's all I want. That'll be my gift.
You can't send anything like over-sexualised to my house, Dan. Because can you imagine if it gets sent to like the post office and they accidentally open it? That's what I always panic about. When they open it, it's a 12-inch black dildo.
I'm 450 miles away, Jamie. It doesn't my problem. We talked about maybe having some. If any of the listeners have got stories and they would like to appear, we could give them a phone call. So I have a few video call to listeners if anyone's interested. If you are, leave comments, and if people aren't interested, we'll bugger that idea.
Yeah.
Games.
Games, yeah, of course.
Hopefully stories from you guys. Any funny Christmas parties? I'm sure everyone's got a funny Christmas story. I've got one.
Or even like a tragic gift story would be fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah, we love an unwanted gift story. Just overload us. Yeah, I mean, we'll make it a good episode, and we'll see what we come up with. But if you have any ideas that you would like to hear or see in our Christmas-ish episode, let us know. And that's enough for me talking, Jamie. How's your week been?
That was very good, I've got to say, Dan, by the way. All that admin at the beginning. That was quite good.
I tell you, I almost held my breath. I think when I breathe is when I start to think, and I correct myself.
Yeah, I've been alright. I've got better finally after my fucking chest infection. I've been like a mess for a week. Finally got over it, and I'm just happy to be back to normal now.
Yeah, Mum listened to the last
dramas,
episode.
pretty drama-free week. So
you coughed a lot in the last episode.
Oh, mate.
I didn't notice
that wasn't even half of it.
I mean, we all fucking sniff pretty much the whole way through the thing, but coughing, yeah. When I was editing, actually, I did catch a couple coughs.
Yeah, I cut quite a bit out of the audio, but still, some of it I couldn't avoid because it was like during my laughing and stuff.
Oh, yeah, but that's when you're mostly going to cough, isn't it, when you're laughing?
Yeah.
But, I feel like
it's the weather, man. It's fucking freezing, and I caught a cold from a guy at work, and then that turned into a chest infection, and that's all it needs with this weather. It just like sits on my chest.
Yeah, I always get
I haven't smoked in 5 weeks though.
Fucking hell, man! Well done. That's mental.
Yeah.
I completely hadn't even thought about it. So, but no, that's
how
good
much
news,
I
man.
read
That's really
you,
good.
Dad.
It's just not even on my radar, Jamie.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been fine. Same old shit. A couple things are old blowing my trumpet, if you like my phrasing. There's two things, right? So I have a bit of a rant. It's going to be a very Dan heavy beginning of the episode. So there's two things. There's one thing is that I hate the fact that when someone finds out your fucking name, that automatically makes them friends in their eyes. The amount of people that I've no idea who they fucking are at work, and they come past me and they stand in a fucking line and they're like, "See you tomorrow, Dan," and expect me to shake their hand, and I'm like, "I don't know who the fuck you are." Like, what
They want you to
what
shake
you
their
doing?
hand every day.
Yeah, as they're leaving and when they come in because they know my name.
Tell them to get a fucking life, Dan.
I'm
there's no need for that much personal contact.
Mate. And when I'm going for a piss and they're like, someone's like, "Oh, busy day, Dan," and I give them the dirtiest look, and I'm like, who the fuck? Where the fuck did you find my name out from? Like, seriously, like, what's going on right now? But people are like that. The same like when we worked in retail with a name badge, because a customer automatically now knows your name. It's like your fucking family or something. It's like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm told to wear this. I don't want you to know my name. Just don't even go there.
I remember when we was in retail, because I always thought of myself as like a young lad, like not quite a man yet, because we were young, yeah. And then I remember this woman going to the little kid, do this or the man's going to tell you off. And I was like looking around for the man, innit? I was looking around for the man. I was like, where the fuck's this geezer that's going to tell this baby off? She's talking about me. And I was like, I could be his big brother.
Fucking hell. But I mean, like, it's different, like, with the podcast, because people are going to say, "Oh, a couple of episodes, Dan, you said if we ever saw you, come up and say hello." But I'm on the podcast, I've told you my name, and I'm pretty open. Like, anyone that listens to the podcast is basically family, the stuff we've fucking told each other.
Yeah.
That's different, right? But, like, if you just walked into a building with, like, 80 people, and you overhear someone shout my name, doesn't make... I didn't tell you my name. Don't come up to me and act like we're fucking buddies. You know what I mean? The last thing on my fucking mind when I'm standing in a factory is talking to you.
Yeah, true. I do think if you went to an all-inclusive holiday in like Turkey or something, you'd hate it, Dan, because once they get hold of your name, you're their best mate for that week, mate. They're all over
That's
you.
why I'm giving them a wrong name and they'll be shouting it. I just fucking ignore them. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. That's not me. Twin brother.
The reason I touched on that is because I've been talking to one of the guys that I know, and he was talking about the sunbed wars going on abroad. Like, have you seen it on TikTok at all? Where you got like the Germans and the English fighting for sunbeds at the fucking all-inclusive resorts. Like, they're coming out of their room at like 4:10 in the morning, 3 in the morning, to put a fucking towel on a sunbed to reserve the sunbed the next day for themselves.
I thought you weren't allowed to do that. I thought that was a no.
Well, this is what the videos on TikTok is now. They've been banned from doing that, or people are sabotaging each other's, or there's like a crowd of people waiting at like 7 in the morning when the pool guy opens the pool, and there's just like a herd of people running towards all the sunbeds with their fucking towels. It's like fucking cattle, mate. And he was at a place and he was sitting there talking to his missus, and he could hear this Geordie couple behind him, and the Geordie bloke was like, I'm not going to do the accent because my fucking accents are terrible, yeah. It'll end up being Nigerian. But the geezer was like, oh yeah, I wake up at 4:15, I have a smoke and a coffee, and then I head over and put my towels down. And this is at like 10 o'clock at night, yeah. So this guy is deliberately giving himself like 5 hours sleep to reserve a sunbed, bruv.
Fuck that, man.
He's
I'll
a
be
dickhead.
in the pool, hanging about in the pool, man. It's fucking hot.
Me and Charlotte, when we were abroad, yeah, as you know, we're avid holiday goers, yeah.
Yeah.
I do not wake up early in the morning, as you know, when I don't have to. I will get up about 10 o'clock, go to breakfast. Then I will mosey on over to the pool. I'll sit there and have a little cocktail. And then I'll wait and see if there's a pool little sunbed open. And I'll just slap my bag down on it. And that's me done for the day. I'm not going to be waiting around at 6 in the morning. I'm like not even asleep sometimes at that time. When I was in Crete, I was watching the basketball at 3 in the morning because that's how late it was on there.
Mm.
And them cunts are going and putting their fucking things down.
Fuck that.
But they're the same dickheads, Dan, that once they get your name, that's it. They know you forever.
That's why I don't like going on holiday. Do you know who knows my name in my house, Jamie? No one. That's why I like it. So another thing happened at work that pissed me off, apart from the people knowing my name, because that does really annoy me. Because I'm in like a world of my own as well, and you just get people yelling it, and I just, you know, my dirty looks. You've worked with me for a long time, so I'll give them one of them. So I don't know what day it was. Last Thursday, so a week. The factory has just got like a new canteen put in. Cost them like $500,000 or something with this fucking canteen full of bloody prison benches and shit. And I couldn't be bothered to make my lunch, so I was like, oh no. I went into Greg's in the morning. There was a fucking queue, and I was like, I'm not standing this. I've only got 20 minutes. So I fucking left. Went up there for my lunch, and I was like, oh, this is a bit swanky. The guy there's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, I can still take food away, right? And he's like, no. I'm like, what? He's like, nah, Frank, the big boss, he wants you to eat in the canteen with everyone else. So that was it. I was off then. I was like, what? What? I'm paying for food here, and I can't do what the fuck I want with it. He's like, no. And I was like, half of these fucking people don't wash their hands when they go to the toilet. I'm not sitting eating chips with someone's dick stink on their fucking fingers while I'm trying to eat. I'm like, no, it's not happening. So I was like, fuck this, and I walked off. So then I went to the food van across the road and ordered a burger. And then what's the guy doing? Sticking his fucking hands in everything.
Ugh.
Even like he put some. It was a fancy boat. It was called the Odin. It had sun-dried tomatoes, which were in a jar. Pulled them out with his fingers. Put them in my burger. Then he got some onion chutney on a spoon. Just pushed it off with his finger onto the burger. Then he sliced the burger up, picked it up with his hands, and put it in my burger. I'm just like, I've had enough today. I'm just gonna fucking.
Did you see him at least wash his hands?
He's in a fucking food truck. No, I didn't see his wash your hands.
Oh, mate.
The pandemic never happened. It's just obliterated. It's never happened. People don't wash their hands anymore. Everyone's spitting everywhere, touching my food. I've had enough.
Do you know what? Until the pandemic, I did not realise how many dirty bastards there are in this fucking world, yeah? Because I'm now, when I go to a pub, I'm now conscious of the fact of what men are doing in the toilet. Yeah. Like whether they're washing their hands on the way out, do you know what I mean? And I'll be standing there at the urinal and I know there's a geezer just come out the cubicle behind me or whatever, and he's gone towards the exit. And I would tell you, probably 7 out of 10 men walk straight out the door. Yeah. After fucking not washing their hands at all. I'll tell you what. Dirty bastards.
The worst thing that I've seen, like in a couple weeks ago, is what I now call dry rubbing. So you know when a guy has got piss on his hands, because he'll turn around, he won't wash them, he'll just take the blue roll and then he'll dry the piss into his hands and then leave.
That's animalistic.
That's disgusting, isn't it? Oh shit, I've got piss on my hands. I'll just get some blue roll, rub it in till it's dry. Oh, that's better, I'm all good now. No, mate. You ran under the water.
People have no like common decency, man. That's why the COVID spread so quickly, you know, because there's all them dirty cunts in this world.
Exactly. We still have people at work that are wearing masks. They'll pull their mask down, they'll bring up a fucking massive spit on the floor, and then put their mask back up.
Jesus
I'm like,
Christ. Where are you working, Dan? Are you working in fucking Baghdad? What the fuck is going on?
Why did we come out at the same place?
Warzone, isn't it? That's all I'm thinking.
Back there. Right, that's enough of me moaning. Let's help some people, Jamie. Let's improve my mood. Stop talking about PE hands. By the way, anyone that's listening, please wash your hands. Thanks. Right, so
we need to tell adults that.
Well, we're not going to go into that. So we've got two funny ones. Well, two we can make trigger, and then two semi-serious ones. So what I'm going to do is, because I want to end on funny, is we'll do serious, funny, serious, funny. In that order. Yeah. So we'll start with this one, if I've got the right one, because I've done that before as well. So this guy likes the show, obviously, and he says, "Do you have any advice for a fellow man in need? I'm off work at the moment as I've broken my leg in a biking accident. I'm not getting paid any sick pay, and it's crushing me losing so much money this close to Christmas. A guy I work with said to claim against our company for loss of earnings and lack of care towards me. Would you do it and basically burn bridges with the company, or wait it out? I have another 6 weeks off with no pay. Thanks." That's mental.
Yeah, it's a hard one because, like, what I did 5 years contracting in the place that I'm working now before I got made a full-time member of staff, and if I had hurt myself seriously, I wouldn't have got paid sick pay. But I just ran the risk of not getting paid. Do you know what I mean?
If you would hurt yourself though because of them, they would have to pay you something.
If it's at work, then I think they would have to look after you. And there is special circumstances where they have looked after people that are like got cancer and stuff and going through a hard time. So it's all dependent on the. I think your first protocol is speaking to the HR department and seeing if there's anything they can do for you, because everyone knows cost of living crisis, fucking Christmas, mental health problems nowadays. Like, there's so many like issues that can happen. You going through sitting at, well, I would assume if he's got 6 weeks left, he's been off for probably 2-3 weeks. Like,
yeah,
so
8 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, 8-9 weeks altogether off with no pay. That will fuck your mental health right up, especially around Christmas. So I think it might be worth. Go on.
Like statutory sick pay is like you have to be, unless you like, isn't it? You get that after the first year of being somewhere. You get statutory sick pay.
No, statutory sick pay is only like £100 and something a week.
Yeah, I know, but it's still something. But the company have to pay you that regardless. Like if you've been signed off by your doctor, unless like you're a new start, because you recruit it, right? Accumulate it.
It depends on what this guy's working situation is, because some companies will keep you as though you're a self-employed person, but you're working for them, like under an umbrella company type situation. Mm-hmm. Or if he's a contractor like I was, when I had COVID the first time round, I didn't have enough holiday to cover my time off. That was just before last Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I got a week's statutory sick pay, but that was like 190 quid. So if this guy's got bills, they ain't going to cover. But that's worth looking into anyway, because it's something.
See, the only other thing you would do, like what I would do if I was in that situation, is you could phone Citizens Advice.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And just say to them, they'll probably you'll probably want to need like your contract, because they'll say to you, what does this say and what's that? But that's what they're there for, aren't they? Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
so that would be.
Exactly.
But the only other thing you do is, if you're stuck, is what can you do with a broken leg? You could, if your mate's got an automatic and you've got a driver's license, you still technically could drive with one leg. You could do like Uber Eats. You could do Uber in general and get a free glob. If you're going down that route as well, I'm sure there's some sort of like niche market on OnlyFans for people with like broken limbs.
Is that, oh yeah, it's called casting, isn't it?
There was that film Crash about the people that were like causing accidents because they had like a scar fetish. Do you remember that?
I remember that film, yeah. That was fucking weird, that film.
Yeah, it was.
That was really
dangerous
weird
as well. Yeah, you could have like you get the old saran wrap around your cast, and you're in the shower, sticking your leg out, making sure it doesn't get wet. Selling pictures like £5 a bob or something. You'd be well away. You might even not need to go back to work, or you have to keep your cast.
There definitely is some weirdos that will fucking buy that, and you might have actually opened up a new like part of the market.
Just trying to help any way I can, Jamie. Just trying to help. But yeah, like Jamie said, either contact your HR if you've already done that. I mean, citizen advice is pretty good. Unless you hurt your leg at work, I don't think there's any real reason to try and sue them or claim or anything, because
I don't think a claim would work. I don't know whether this guy's gone through it, whoever's trying to advise him, but I can't see how a claim would help. The only loss of earnings that you could claim against is whatever happened during that bike accident, because I don't know whether biking accident could be he could be on a motocross thing, or he could have been on a motorbike, he could have been on a fucking bike ride in a fucking
work.
Unless there's another person
unless you're at
involved.
work. You know what I mean? That's all they care about, is what you're doing on their premises. So if I was the employer and you were like, I've had a bike accident, I'd be like, and I won't pay it. Well, are you working? Fuck off.
I know guys that have hurt themselves a few times at work, not at work, like done like their ACL and stuff like that in, and he had done he broke his wrist one year and he'd done his ACL the other year, both playing football, and his work paid him because he has a full-time employment with them, so he was paid for his time off sick. But they were like, don't play football, and they told him to stop playing football, basically, because they're sick of paying for his sick pay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not but yeah, I mean, the only other thing you could have done, which is probably too late now, is that you could have not gone to the hospital with your broken leg, gone to work, and then, fallen over.
Threw yourself on some stairs.
And then you got paid all you want. Not that we advise that, you should never, ever do that, But yeah,
Dan,
so
do you remember in Stopsley when we had a young Indian woman come in? It was during like a morning shift, because she saw some milk on the floor and she literally threw herself over it, like glided on it like it was fucking dancing on ice. She head-butted, like, do you remember them little corner things that to stop you hitting the trolley against the fucking cabinets? She head-butted that and really hurt herself. And then she's putting a claim against the shop, And I remember being in the thing and we were trying to find the CCTV, because at one point I was the only cunt that could work that CCTV machine.
Oh, that was a bastard.
And then I was like, I remember like reversing it and bringing it back, reversing it and bringing it back, and this woman literally did a Superman jump. Like,
you
all
could see her
four
faking
limbs
it.
were in the air. Yeah. She saw the milk. We proved our case in the end. She saw the milk and she fucking Superman jumped onto the floor and smacked her head in it on purpose. She almost took a run up. It was that obvious on the camera. Fucking filthy bitch.
Anything for a quick bob.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so hopefully, we've given you some advice to take away and a couple laughs. But
I do think your work are shit for not like trying to support you through this. So.
At least even sick pay is something coming in. But be strong, man. Heal up, and I'd get a different job when you once you get there. Get away from that fucking place. Right, here we go. Oh, a juicy one, Jamie, a juicy one. So he's just catching up with the show. Hopefully you're still taking emails. We're always taking emails. It's pretty much the icing of this show, and without it, it would just be a stale cake. He says, you two are so relatable as a duo. I wish I had friends like you in my area. I don't have friends like this in my area because Jamie is very, very far away.
Yeah.
I try my best. It is what it is.
I wish we had friends like this in our area.
Find some creepy guy on the internet. You know what I mean? We're all around. It's fine. So he says he has a quick question, which I don't feel was very quick. It's a very complicated situation he's put himself in. But he says, I work on a cruise ship and I've been dating a girl from the dining room for the duration of the trip. It's already got complicated, Jamie. We stopped off in a split last weekend for the day, and we both went on a dinner date. And I've come to realise she's just not for me when we're not on the boat. She got so drunk and was blowing bubbles in her cocktail with her nose through a straw. Maria. Flirting with the Romanian waiter, and then called me a boring pussy around 12 or 13 times. At first it was slightly embarrassing, and then I just realised... Then I just got annoyed with her behaviour. Don't get me wrong, I love a drink myself, don't we all? But I have 6 weeks left on the boat with her. Would you keep it going to the end, or would you just end it? To complicate the situation, I've been sleeping with someone else on the boat as well, and she's a lot more up my street. But I would look like an arsehole if I pursue this new flame. Thanks, guys.
Well,
and don't you worry, boys. If I was to catch either of you in real life, I would definitely say hello. You're welcome, and I even let you say my name. We've discussed about sleeping with people while you're at work.
Yeah,
it's a very bad idea. No,
yeah.
Not at all.
This guy's got himself in a fucking predicament, isn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
He's getting too loosey goosey with that dick, mate. You're getting too loosey goosey with the dick.
I do love the blowing bubbles though. That was fucking brilliant.
That would have been something Charlotte would have done when we first got together.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Jamie is pretty good on this, because when you and Charlotte go out, you've told me before that you can't drink because you have to make sure that Charlotte is behaving herself. Like
not so much now, but when we were first together, Jesus Christ, there was a lot of situations where I think both of us were trying to figure out how much alcohol we could drink. And it wasn't going too well. We were like young, do you know what I mean? And she used to get fucking wrecked, or I would do the same like the following week, and it would always be one of us looking after the other. But I don't know, the situation is fucking mad. Like, what in your mind thinks that it's a good idea to sleep with two people on one boat? I don't know how many people are on a cruise boat. But
I would have slept with a passenger because they get off, right?
Yeah, but I think they stay on it for the whole cruise.
He's on the... Yeah, but as a worker on a cruise ship,
I suppose you're
there for a lot longer than the... Yeah.
You do like the season.
So it would make more sense to... That's what I would do. I mean, I'm sitting here saying I wouldn't sleep with someone I work with, but of course I would. Everyone has listened to the podcast.
Yeah, Dan, you'd be in this exact predicament. You'd probably be talking to other ones there as well.
The passengers as well. The easy answer would be, if this woman called you a boring pussy and all this sort of stuff,
that could be your route.
Obviously, obviously don't fucking go with her. And if you enjoy the other one, go with her. That's the easy sort of... It's not that easy. It's going to be a lot more sloppy.
I would say... what I would try to do, this is going to sound like a slime ball, but what I would try to do is like split it with the one that's annoyed me, the drunkard one, and that I'm not keen on anymore, and then leave it at about 6 days or 7 days, and then I'll be more open about getting with the other one, so it almost looks like it just happened after we split up, type thing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I would think I'll probably do the same. 6 days is a bit long, but yeah, she's basically sat there and she's embarrassed you. She's clearly not interested in you because she called you a boring pussy, which obviously means that the sex was great, but you two aren't. And if anything, you're on a cruise ship. You think you're the only person sleeping with someone else that's fucking... She's probably doing the same thing. She's flirting with the Romanian waiter. She's basically on someone else's lap in front of you. So just say, oh, you said quite a lot when you were drunk, because she probably doesn't remember it. Yeah, I mean, it seems like you're not interested. I think we should just leave it at that. And then off you trot. Do what you like.
And if you're
Sleep with the
dating,
passenger.
it's not all exclusive, is it?
No. And obviously, people do that, don't they? People go on cruise ships and that, and they like, oh, I'm just going to have, like, it's like a holiday romance, right?
Well, I think cruise
When I
ships
get
are actually
back,
known
it's-
for swingers. There's
I've
this
been on a
rule or
cruise
something that they
before.
put an elephant on their door or something.
Is that really?
I think so.
Oh.
It's like an elephant or a zebra or something they put on their door.
Maybe this guy can hook me up with cheap cruise tickets. I'm like, mate, what kind of cruise ship are you on? Do you remember the film Cruise Ship where he annoys the travel agent and she puts him on a gay cruise
No,
and he
I
ends
don't
up
remember
turning
that,
gay? It was like a cheesy comedy, but it's fucking brilliant. It's called Cruise Ship. Fucking brilliant.
I can imagine like you seeing a elephant on the door and you just walk and you like, hey guys, I saw there was an elephant outside. Do you want me to have sex with your wife?
Yeah, do you want me to bring this elephant in with me? Ah. Nah, I don't know if I could do it. I mean, a bit like, do you have to watch me like that? Like, get out of it. I get a bit like, that's the same thing with a porn, right? I couldn't handle everyone looking at me while I'm doing. I couldn't do it.
No.
I'd look like a tomato because I get really embarrassed and I'd go like red in the face. And then it just looks like she's getting fucking raw dogged by a hot dog. You know what I mean? But
just lots of heavy breathing and a red face.
yeah. Yeah, there's no way of you not having some sort of fucking problem. You've dug yourself into a hole, but yeah, I mean, I would just don't leave it. Just nip it in the butt, man. Just go up to her and say, nah, thanks but no thanks, and then move on with the other one.
Yeah, it's how long did he say he's got left? 6 weeks.
6 weeks, yeah. Is that right? Or was that the other email? Me and you can't keep information in, Jamie. Yeah, I have 6 weeks left.
Yeah, that's a long time to be maintaining a relationship with someone that you're not really keen on.
Especially if you've got someone that you like. And
Yeah.
a cruise ship is fucking massive. He said that she worked in the dining hall. It looks like you're going to be eating somewhere else for the rest of the fucking... They can't have just one... I've never been... Have you been on a cruise?
No, but I know there's like restaurants and there's like hundreds of restaurants sometimes.
Yeah, so she can't... I mean, you probably will be able to avoid her at some sort of degree. But just hope the other woman isn't in the dining room as well.
Yeah.
And you've really got yourself in a fucking doodad. Loving the grapefruit at the minute. Oh. But the first thing I was wondering was like, I wonder where he's going.
Where he's going? What?
On the cruise, completely unrelated. I was
Well,
because there's loads of
Split.
cruise ships, isn't it?
Split's in Croatia, isn't it? So it must be a European cruise.
Oh, was that a place?
Yeah, Split is like a place in Croatia.
I thought I'd read it wrong, but I just left it in there. I was like, so what kind of name is that? Split? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Croatian, mate.
Split what?
Yeah.
Good hell.
It's supposed to be really nice, but expensive, isn't it?
There's a cruise that's in Scotland where you can go to like Norway and that.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'd love to do that. Yeah.
Just turn
Don't know
up
if I
with
wanna go to
15
Croatia.
elephants for everyone's doors, isn't it?
I was going to say, do you think there'd be swingers going to Croatia? Well, there might be.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So, just nip it and get with the other one. She sounds much more. Although, take the straw blowing bubbles thing trick with you, because that's pretty funny. I would fucking love that. I don't know why. I think that'd be really
But
funny.
I could imagine being that guy, like sitting there sober on the date, and then she's like fucked on the other side of the table, and she's like blowing stuff through her nose. Oh, mate. I'd be looking at her thinking, who is this woman? I need to get away from her.
it's just like, how could you? Oh, I don't know. But she must have been drunk previously. I don't know how cruise ships work. Do you get like? Is it like when you're on a cruise ship, you're working that entire time? Like, there's no until you get to like a place where everyone gets off the ship, then you get like a day off.
Maybe, yeah, I would say probably maybe. It's hard to because I don't really know how long they stay on the boat and stuff. It's hard to tell, isn't it?
I thought you were all up in the cruise. Wasn't there a show you were watching about a cruise ship?
Yeah, that was about super yachts, though, isn't it?
Oh, okay, like little boats.
Yeah, they were like little boats that like just like one millionaire family would live on for a week or whatever. But they would work the entire time. Them people, they would work the whole time, and then when that charter would leave at the end of the week, they would get like a night off, and then the new charter would start, and then carry on that way.
Maybe it's the same thing then.
I would assume maybe. Weird. Fuck that. Not my cup of tea. I don't think I would be able to sit on a boat for fucking 6 months. There's no way.
Oh, what, working wise? No, I thought about it at one point when I was stuck in like the airport, like when I left the co-op.
Yeah.
Because there was a couple people there, and I was like, you can't get away from them. The best thing about being in a shop is that when you serve someone and you do it quick enough, they fuck off. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You serve someone on a boat, where are they going to go? They're going to come back. No, I don't know if I like that or not. You know what I mean? That's what gets me about CEX. So for the American listeners and that, CEX is a place where junkies that steal phones go to sell them. No, so you can take your unwanted stuff. You can take DVDs, games, books, computers. Not books.
Is it like GameStop? They have GameStop in it.
Is that yeah, sort of. And they give you can take cash or credit.
Yeah.
And then they sell it on. So in the UK, CEX is just known for shit service. Like the slowest, because everyone that works there is like I'd say they were like outcasts, right? They're like,
I would say if you could imagine like the group of goths from South Park.
Yeah.
If they were like the workers in that shop, that's what CEX is like.
Yeah, so there's like a time frame board. They're like, oh, if you bring in an Xbox, it's gonna take us like 20 minutes to check that it works and stuff. Double it, because that's how fucking long it takes. You could have a queue of 20 people standing there, and 4 of them are wandering around, and one person's diddling in front of it. You know what I mean? It's the worst fucking.
And in December,
and I was thinking to myself,
it's England and Scotland are cold countries, yeah. In December, CEX is possibly the most hot. It's like walking into molten lava. All you can smell is the BO from the workers, and oh mate, I fucking hate being in CEX. I never go in there for that that reason.
My brother loves it because he collects all the old games. But like, I'm standing in the queue, thinking about when I was in retail, and I think to myself, you clearly don't want to deal with anyone. That's just your persona. So why don't you do it fucking quicker, so I can fuck off and you can stand and do nothing?
Yeah.
No, they want to go even slower, have a bit of a talk to each other, hide behind the back. Ah, fucking hell.
We used to get pulled into the office if there was more than 3 people in the queue more than a couple of times when you was on the till. Do you remember?
We had a meeting that basically told you how to have a conversation with people, because they said, don't tell them your life story, just give them a little bit of banter, and then tell them to fuck off. Yeah, because we had that one woman, didn't we, that just would talk and talk and talk and talk, and the queue would get fucking longer and longer.
Oh, she used to piss me off.
But you know, yeah. But CX don't have that. If you're retarded or a reject, have no friends. Come to CX. We'll put you behind the till, and you can do whatever the fuck you like.
Are you socially inept? Because if you are, this is the job for you.
We want you.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm sure that's not what it's like on a cruise ship. Was we went off somewhere else? How do we even get there?
I have no idea.
I'm sure someone else will be listening. We'll be able to figure it out. Anyway, so let us know. Let us know what happened. It answers some of our cruise ship think, like, do you have to work continuously? Am I being stupid for asking that question?
I don't think so. They might have shifts if it's that big. I don't know.
Seems like a pain in the ass, to be honest. They must be getting paid pretty well for it. So we've got a previous listener emailing again. Sorry, burp in there. Beer's coming back. So the last email he sent was about, he lived with two housemates, and they were both sleeping with the same guy, and he was going to record them, or he did record them, and he was going to show it that he didn't give a bollocks or something.
He said he was going to record the guy admitting that he didn't care about either girl.
He didn't care. Yeah. So I thought it was two blokes. Jamie thought it was two women. It was two women. Pat yourself on the back, Jamie, you dickhead.
Wee.
But maybe I just thought 3 gays in a house would be more interesting. I don't know. It's what it is, isn't it? But so he's got himself in a situation as well. So he says, I've been messaging with a guy, and he seems to be well into it and wants to be with me. He is a handsome man and seems like the whole package. Good job, good looking, tall, with a dad bod. I don't understand the dad bod. Anyway, the only issue is he's married and he has been transparent about it since the start, and it didn't stop me from messaging, but now it feels a bit more real as I have seen them in the local supermarket together. Would you cut it off with him, or try to convince him to tell his wife, or even just accept it and have fun? I feel like a terrible human being, but I can't seem to help myself when it comes to him. Check that one.
It's rough. It's a rough one.
Seeing him in the supermarket is rough. Like,
yeah, big time.
Like, that's the thing that makes it real, right? Like, oh, you're married, doesn't matter, blah blah blah, laughing, giggling, whatever, and then you see them both together, and you're like, he is married. It's like fucking reality, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, obviously the woman's being deceived. The guy's clearly not out of the closet. I don't know. It's a difficult one. I can imagine this has happened a lot in the past.
But Jamie, everyone be fucking everyone, right?
Everyone be fucking, Dan. I'm telling you now, man. Everyone be fucking. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I never knew there were so many like fucking bisexual people in this world. Do you know that?
I bring these out in our listeners. That's what's coming. That's what happens when you have a podcast with Dan. Everyone be fucking.
Everyone be fucking.
Everyone be fucking. I think the two most sensible things to do is either cut it off or get him to sort it out. Because at this point, nothing's happened. You're not the bad guy as a point of just talking to him. You're the single one.
Yeah.
But I think if it goes any further, then you are going to be
a home wrecker.
There's always two sides, yeah.
Yeah.
There's always two sides, whether it's... But then, I think as well, like we said in the last episode, guys would just do whatever they want. So I think you have to sit down with him and say, what is it you're actually looking for? And if he says a bit of fun, then just take it from there. But if he says more than that, then he's got to deal with his wife.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we've had a few scenarios where I've said all they want is their cake and eat it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, the guy that needs to sort anything out in this situation really is the guy that you're chatting to. I feel as though you're not, as Dan said, you've not done nothing wrong at the moment because you've not physically went there. But I think once you cross that line, then you'll be implicated just as much as he is.
Yeah.
Get him to have that conversation with his wife if that's the way he wants to go. If not, you'll know his intentions with you. And then move on. There's always another person for you. Do you know what I mean? This place is...
But that's like... You know that you're going to bump into them now. That's the thing that gets me. Like, I like to have like as little drama as possible. Because I'm lazy and I just can't be bothered to deal with it. But like, if you've seen them... If it goes horribly wrong and she discovers whatever you guys are doing, if it goes down that road, you're definitely going to bump into her again.
Yeah.
Fucking damn sure.
Yeah,
And
if it's a small enough town as well, it could be fucking a load of drama.
Yeah. Fuck that.
No, I think that the fact that you're questioning it means you know that the real answer, really, I think that this guy needs to confront his demons and either tell his missus the truth and that he's got feelings for a man that is outside of the relationship, etc., etc., or nip it in the bud and move on.
Yeah, because if he's already talking to someone, he's obviously decided that he's either decided that he doesn't want to be with her, or he wants to fool around.
Yeah,
that would be what I would do if I. Well, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. But in my head, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, it's starting to fizzle out. I'm going to look elsewhere to see if there's any options, sort of thing.
Yeah, I kind of think that it might be something that you might have to look into how you guys met, because if you guys met on like a dating app, then he's been intentionally going out, and you're probably not the only person he's talking to, as well.
That's very true. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, it's all gonna sit down and have a conversation, which is the hardest.
Yeah,
it's easy to just go along with it, but I think you need to put on the brakes. And did it say that he'd met him, or was he just talking?
Just talking.
Because I mean, the easiest way to tell if someone is their intentions is by doing it face to face. Because by messenger and that, they can just write whatever they want.
Yeah, true. It could all be fantasy at that point for that guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then if you're face to face but then are you trusting yourself being face to face?
I don't think so.
The temptation might be there.
I wouldn't be able to.
You don't think so? Because everyone be fucking, Jamie.
Everyone be fucking, Dad.
That's all it takes. Yeah, so let us know what you decide to do. Obviously, we don't want any listeners to put themselves in too much trouble. So keep your head on, be smart, and don't follow the pork sword. Ignore it, and let us know how it goes.
Use your brain, not your dick.
Know.
Use your brain, not your dick.
Yeah, I want to know. I like all this gossip. Is it gossip?
To us, it's gossip. Yeah.
What class is it? What class is it as gossip? If anything, is it because we're now telling everyone else? Does that make it gossip?
Well, yeah, you could say that. Yeah, because me and you are being gossip queens right now.
Yeah, if anything, yeah, we're the ones spreading. But there's no names, Jamie, so no one knows.
It's all anonymous.
For everyone else knows, I could be sitting at home rewriting these emails myself. I'm not that creative, but they are very sex orientated. So you could surmise that I might be doing it myself.
That would be mental.
Hey Jamie, look, there's another email.
That'd be fucking mental.
No. Because I'm really bad with names, so all the emails would say Dan, because it would be like, what's this one's name? Oh, I don't know, just
like Dan 2, Dan 3.
Yeah. I'll just send you screenshots without the names in, so you can't see it. They will come from my email address. So this email's quite long, but he's given us a funny story, and he's asked us a question, and the story is very funny, so hopefully I don't cock it up too much with my retardation. So he says, I know how Dan enjoys the sexual disaster stories. I promise I haven't written any of these. My ma had bought a courgette, zucchini. I don't know what zucchini was. I just was assumed. That's the American word, right?
Yeah, Australian MasterChef is the only reason I know what a zucchini is, which is the courgette.
I would just call it a courgette. Yeah. Looks like a cucumber.
Yeah.
You fry it.
Tastes like shit.
Oh, no. So if you fry it up, I don't mind that. My granddad used to grow them. Anyway. Oh, he put, if you're not sure what that is, and we just had that discussion, so that's why. As a 13-year-old boy, I was experimenting with life and was curious on how it would feel as I found out from boys in school you have a G-spot in your ass. Ooh, the old mystery G-spot, Jamie.
Everyone be fucking Dan.
I hope he's not. He's only 13. Anyway, I stole the courgette and took it upstairs. I put a condom on it and attempted to put it up there. There's another question. Where the fuck has a 13-year-old got a condom from?
I would have had a condom at 13. They used to come around and give it to you.
Schools give them out, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Scratch that. Now knowing what I know I should have used for lube, but I didn't. At the time, I used E45 cream and got it halfway in, but it was too painful, so I gave up and threw the condom in the bin and fell asleep.
Ugh.
Next day, I went to school and threw the courgette in the downstairs bin on the way out.
Ugh.
When I came home that evening, Mum was cooking spaghetti bolognese.
Ugh.
But when we sat down to dinner, as Mum was having a health kick, she had done courgette instead of spaghetti. At this point, I thought she must have had more than one. But she went on to mention that for some reason she must have thrown it away by mistake, and she managed to save it as the bin there was nothing else in it. So I sat there as a 13-year-old boy eating a courgette, knowing what I've done with it the night previous. I told my brother a few years after, and he still can't believe it that happened.
Dirty bastard. That's all I've got to say to that.
I'm sorry, but it's cooked. All the germs in that have gone, and it didn't even go in. The condom went in, and the E45 cream.
Mate.
So if anything, it would have just tasted a bit of like latex.
I feel as though you're standing up for him, Dan, because you have done something similar to this.
I've never put a vegetable up my ass. I have tried to. Everyone has tried to find the G spot, but you can never get to it, Jamie.
Oh my god!
It's just that eluding spot that can never be found. But that's why when you go to the toilet, it feels so good, right? That's what I was thinking anyway.
Oh mate. First, I don't even know where to start with this one. Like, that is a madness, isn't it? That story is fucking mental. Like, what? First, what the fuck is the E45 cream?
It's that stuff that you put on like your face and that for like spots in it, and that E45. That's what I had it for. Like when you have really bad skin.
That's a P45 you get when you get fired, isn't it?
Yeah, I would like to see him wrapping a courgette in a P45 and then stick it up.
I was like, I got so confused.
Unless he's doing it at work and be like, "Thanks for this, you fucking wankers," and sticks up his ass.
Just full of paper cuts. Oh mate.
You telling me you didn't like experiment when you were a kid?
Not with my bumhole.
Exploring your body, Jamie. Finding all your
I don't even remember. I don't have a clear memory of when I discovered there was a second function for my penis. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. Maybe when I was in the bath, say, when I was like fucking early teens, maybe. I don't know. Flicking it about.
I think that's a pretty good story. That's a story that you bring up at like your kid's wedding, when you stand up in front of the whole family and bring it up.
Really, Dan? What, at your kid's wedding? No, that's the type of story you bring up at like someone's stag do.
This reminds me of... No, you need maximum. You need like everyone to know, just to embarrass everyone. Yeah.
You're like your daughter's sitting there, and her new mother-to-be, mother-in-law is like fainting because you're talking about putting a fucking courgette up your bumhole when you were fucking 30.
Maybe you've got, it's a nice wedding, there's courgettes in the meal, and you're like, oh, this reminded me of a story when I was younger.
First of all, I remember my mum giving me courgette when I was younger, yeah, and courgette is fucking diabolical. It's disgusting.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's when they put it through this thing that makes it like stringy, like spaghetti. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't lose its moisture, so it just fucking, it's like having wet noodle on the plate. It's disgusting.
It doesn't sound very nice either.
Plus,
Nah.
on top of that, you got E45 and bumhole smell on it as well, which is fucking disgusting. Disgusting.
It's cooked. No one got sick. It's fine. Everyone does things like that except Jamie.
As I said to you earlier, Dan, I would have to have confessed to my mother, and then my mum probably would have disowned me at that point. And then
why would you confess? You've passed. Like no one knows.
Because I could not eat it, Dan. I couldn't eat it, knowing where it had been. I couldn't eat it. There's no way I could put that in my mouth.
To be fair, he'd thrown it away, just because his mum's savvy and found it.
What is his mum doing going through the bin?
Well, she probably went to throw something away and noticed that it was in the bottom.
Oh, it's giving me shivers. It's giving me shivers.
That's what makes me laugh about the P45.
That threw me off totally. I did not know. I was like, what the fuck is a P45 cream?
I don't know. Yeah, if it was me, condoms have got lube on them anyway. Don't they? Like,
yeah, they're a little bit like slick. They're not like overly lubed though. Trying to get that up your bum.
Soap. I would just go straight for like soap. That would be my on hand.
Vaseline.
You're not supposed to use Vaseline, are you?
Well, this kid fucking didn't know what he was using, did he? He used a face cream. What if he used like something like do you know them anti-spot creams back in the day? I can't remember what they're called. They're called like Clear All and stuff like that, where it's like acid on your face.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine if you put that on it? World of pain.
Well,
end up in A&E.
Because then you would definitely have to tell him, because you wouldn't be able to sit down to eat it.
Yeah, you'd be like, they'll be like, son, why are you bringing around that rubber ring that we got for holiday? But no reason. Enjoy your zucchini, mother.
Hanging over the thing. If anything, that he could then use that if his mum ever pissed him off, and be like, "Is that right, mum? Yeah, you know that zucchini you ate the other day? Up my arse."
You know why I was in hospital the other day, mum? I would love if we've got a listener that's a nurse, because I always hear stories that nurses and doctors that work in A&E departments have to deal with at least one geezer a week that's got experimental with his bum. Yeah, I would love for you to write in and just let us know any like crazy stories, man. I would love it.
My one I always tell people, and if any, there's probably some carers that listen that can confirm it, is that in old people, everyone be fucking. Like, I knew a guy who said that he used to go in the morning to like wake everyone up, and he would go into the rooms and there'd be like fucking George from down the aisle. He's like, "Give us 5 minutes." You have to leave and get out. That place is just full of like STDs and fucking.
Oh mate, riddled with crabs everywhere in it.
Yeah. If anyone wants to email and has got any funny stories about walking in on two old people banging.
Oh god. Oh god, we're reaching new lows on this episode. The thought of that.
Mate, I can't wait to be put in a home. You get fed, you get your arse wiped, and you get to bang with the other residents. Like, that sounds like fucking heaven.
It's like 2 leather bags thrown on the floor, Dan. That's what it would be like with them having sex.
Well, when you're 80, do you think you're going to get a fucking 30-year-old woman? No, Jamie, are you? No.
I would hope I'd have enough money to hire one.
She just comes to the front desk of the old people's home. Yeah, I'm here to see Mr. Maltman. Oh, are you a family? Yes, I'm the niece.
Her name is Jamelia.
Jamelia.
Yeah, up the stairs.
And then you start banging. Like, what are you doing in there? She's helping me put up a shelf.
I don't know whether I'd live long enough to get in a home. I don't know, man. My life is too chaotic
already, and I'm only 35. Everything's falling apart.
You're going to be one of them geezers that go in a home at 60, innit? Like, way too young. Be like the Maverick. Still got dark hair.
Just fucking roaming around. See you later, love.
Mildred's like, there goes my stallion. As she's fucking eating her porridge and you're like swaggering down the aisle.
Everyone's Tom. What do they call it? What's the one where you like got a younger fella?
Toy boy.
Toy boy, that's it. I'm everyone's toy boy. Go and get my applesauce. Because everyone assumes you eat applesauce when you're old. Fucking love applesauce. But he actually has a question afterwards talking about his vegetable troubles. So he says, I have my mother-in-law interfering in mine and my wife's relationship. She keeps telling the other half that I don't earn enough money for her and she needs to find someone with a more stable job. I'm not into confrontation, but what do I do if she keeps undermining our relationship? Big thanks, keep up the hard work.
Easy.
Knock her out.
This is a two-stage maneuver. First part of the maneuver is tell the missus that if you're not good enough financially for her, she can go fuck herself. Second part is if the mother mentions it in front of you, you're just going to have to go for the confrontation, I think.
I love all them trashy shows, and one of them is called Smothered.
Smothered, okay.
Which is about it's about mums and daughters that are too close to each other. They do another one called Mama's Boy, which is guys that are too close to their mums. But there was a family in that where the mum was just fucking all over the place, all over their relationship. Wouldn't let him buy this for her because he said it was too expensive and all this sort of stuff. And it just gets me so angry because you bring your child up to fend for themselves, right? So she's gone and met someone. That's none of your fucking business. If she's met someone who's fucking homeless, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as that person's treating them right and loves them in the right way, then that's the only input that is needed, really.
Yeah, so tell her to fuck off. I would say to the wife, I'd be like, does it bother you? And if she says no, I'll be like, well then tell your mum that, otherwise I'm going to fucking tell her.
Yeah.
Does it matter? Exactly. How fucking ridiculous. Oh god, I hate that.
Mate, like, if anyone ever made me feel that way, it would really push my button. Yeah, Charlotte's had a friend in the past where her boyfriend would buy like her loads of presents and stuff, and then Charlotte's friend would like try and guilt trip Charlotte into saying that she gets loads of presents off this geezer, but I don't. I wasn't getting as much for her, and Charlotte's other friend wasn't getting as much for. Charlotte's other friend's boyfriend wasn't getting as much for her. And I was just like, well, if that's upsetting you, then obviously that's not the way that it should be. Tell her to fuck off. That's what I essentially said.
Yeah, tell her to fuck off. It's, you know what I mean? If you're going to be with this person for a long time, she's just got to fucking accept it. It's none of her fucking business. None of her fucking business.
No.
Like, I'm close to my mum, but she knows not to fucking come at me like that, because I'll just be like, fuck off.
No, and if the person likes you enough, then problems within between like the mother-in-law and yourself would never cause an issue in the relationship. But I would do anything you can to avoid it, because obviously you don't want that.
Yeah.
But if they're already talking negatively about you, then I would confront the situation so she knows that I'm pissed off about it, basically.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you speak to your wife and she's not bothered, because that's the only thing that matters, right?
Yeah,
is what your missus thinks. So if she's happy with what you're doing, then fuck the mother-in-law. What does she fucking do?
Exactly.
Yeah, fucking bitch. Oh, by the way, you should watch Smothered. It's fucking amazing.
But it does fucking make your blood boil. Them shows.
Fucking, it's so good. But yeah, no, I just don't understand the. It's like sometimes when I'm watching it, I think to myself, the mother or the dad or whatever that are trying to like relive through their kids.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, he hasn't got this, he hasn't got that, because that's what they're worried about.
Mm.
It's like, you shouldn't do it, but you got to let your kids make their own mistakes, or it's not a mistake. Like, if she loves you or whatever and wants to be with you, it doesn't matter how much you earn. We're in a fucking living crisis. No one at this point, unless you're fucking Rishi Sunak, if that's his right name, is well off. You know what I mean? Everyone's shit job. No one's got enough fucking money. You're just happy to be with someone.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you're right. Like, a lot of these parents are trying to live vicariously through their daughters or sons or whatever, and you just got to kind of take it as it is. Like, that is what is going on in that situation. So I don't know. Let your other half's reaction to how you feel about it be the judgment of how you should go on with it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, if you did confront her, that could cause something between you and your missus.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what
you
you're
don't want
trying
to
to
cause
avoid.
that rift.
No. So yeah, always run, as most good relationships, Jamie, always run it past your other half first.
Yeah. And any man that tells me that they wear the pants in their relationship, yeah, fuck yourself. No, you do not. If you think you do, you're being led to think you do, because you do not.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. Oh, to finish it off, did you see the doorbell footage of Paddy the Baddie?
Yes. I was hoping you'd bring this up because I forgot about it. Absolutely brilliant.
I love it because he's one of my favourite people. His YouTube is brilliant.
He's fighting this weekend, I think.
Yeah, because that's another thing that I was going to talk about, because we spoke, I think the very first episode, we spoke about, is it Logan Paul or Jake? Logan Paul. About fighting Paddy, and he's doing it again now.
Was Jake
calling
Paul
him out?
Pointing.
Is it Jake Paul? I can't fucking remember. They're both dickheads.
Yeah.
Whichever one's the boxer.
They're both
not the
boxing.
wrestler. Oh, fucking hell. They're both... just fucking cancel both of them. They're such fucking arseholes. Anyway, yeah, so for anyone that missed it, one of the knob faces, whatever his fucking name, he's got a tattoo on his chest, I know that, said to Paddy Gimlet...
Pimlet.
Let's spar. I'll fly you out to wherever he fucking was, on a private jet, and then if you beat me in sparring, I'll give you £1 million or dollars, whatever it was. And then Paddy was on a podcast, and he said, "What? This clown's invited me on a plane because he knows I'm fighting next week."
Yeah, so he's
like,
never
how
gonna
about
do
you?
it. Yeah.
No,
he's in camp.
So he's like, "How about you get a plane and come over here?" And he goes, "I'll beat this guy up on the Saturday. I'll have a rest on the Sunday, and then I'll beat you up on a Monday." And I'm like, "Oh, get in there!" Be fucking mental.
The thing is, Jake Paul will not do it in the octagon. He will only do it in boxing, and then I think you just got to hope that Paddy Pimlet, because he's not retired and fucking 20 years past his prime, that he would be able to beat him no problem. Do you know what I mean?
He's not a boxer though, is he?
He's not a boxer. That's what I mean. I think a lot of what he does is the grappling.
Yeah. When he did he fought the 10 Marines, it was all through like holds, wasn't it?
Mm.
But I just think it'd be fucking brilliant. I would still love Paddy, even because it's only sparring. That's why he's doing it, so he doesn't technically lose.
Yeah, true.
Whatever the dick face is, you know what I mean. But even if Paddy lost, I think people would still prefer Paddy because he's fucking brilliant.
Well, yeah, Paddy's like one of them liked characters where Jake Paul is living off of the clout that everyone hates him.
Yeah, because he's a fucking knobhead. But as I mentioned, yeah, there's footage, if you wanted to Google it, it's like on TikTok and everything as well. So, Paddy was out walking his dog, and it took a shit out front of someone's house. So he rings the doorbell, and she's like, "Are you Paddy?" And he's like, "Yeah, I am, yeah." He's like, what does he say? He goes, "I'm sorry, love. My dog's just taking a sloppy shit out front of your house. You haven't got a cup of water so I can wash it away." And she's like, "No, don't worry about it. I'll sort it out later." And he's like, "You sure?" And then people were asking him if it was staged, and he goes, "Why the fuck would I stage a Ring doorbell saying about my dog's got a sloppy shit?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
It just shows how humble he is, that he's willing to do that instead of just leaving it.
Yeah. There's a great, if you watch his YouTube, there's a great footage of him going to the football, like obviously Liverpool, and all these people asking photos, and he's like, "I always take a photo with someone if they say please," and this fucking guy grabs him after all these photos, and he's like, "Come over here," and he's like, "Nah," and the guy's like, "What?" He's like, "No, I'm not. You're not pulling me anywhere unless you say fucking thank you or whatever, or please."
Yeah,
He's oh, because he's pissed off his head, isn't he? I think respect, absolute respect to him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I think that he would do well in the UFC because he's got such a good personality that he'll be worth fucking backing for a little while anyway, at least.
There was I think that same video on YouTube, he had like a follower on Twitter or something do a post about Liverpool, and he like, did he slag him off or something? But Paddy was basically like, if they lose or whatever, you have to come in and we'll fight, sort of thing, like spar. And he called him in, like just a random fan came into the fucking gym, this like kid, and he actually like sparred with him. And I was like,
oh yeah, I saw that.
Like,
yeah.
There's no chip on his shoulder now that people knows his name. You know what I mean? He's still just the same
type of guy he was before.
And that's what will be, because fame won't get to me, Jamie. I can imagine me and you being like the Beatles.
Just like, do you know when in the 90s they went through a stage of like putting a sheet over their head when they walked through the crowd? That'll be me, but no one's looking at me. But I'll be thinking like it's happening there.
When you get on stage with Alan Carr.
Yeah. So Dan, to finalise this episode, what do you think I'm going to say next?
I thought you were going to ask me what happened in this episode like you normally do.
Everyone be fucking, Dan. Everyone be fucking.
Everyone be fucking.
That's
Mate,
what's happening.
Got so many catchphrases, I swear to God.
Yeah. Again, everyone, get in them emails. Send us any feedback, any questions, any like little crazy stories like we received about Mr. Zucchini. Send it all into twomennohope@gmail.com. And we tend to release earlier in the week, guys. So if you could send your emails in pretty soon after you've listened, because we see you guys listen and then we receive emails last minute every time.
Yeah, we normally try and, I think normally it's a Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's the normal day that we try and, but we left it a couple of days because we wanted a few more emails.
Yeah, we wanted a juicier episode, and hopefully it's panned out all right for you guys. Is there anything you wanted to add about? No, you said the Christmas stuff at the beginning, didn't you? So yeah, I'll pass it over to you.
Just to reiterate it, just to like we said, we got a few ideas what we want to do. If you guys wanted to see or hear anything, or you wanted to have a quick video chat with us on the podcast, you know, you're more than welcome to. But you know, you have to let us know. You can't just do these things out of the blue if there's no one going to be on it. But if you're quite happy just wanting to send in a story, Christmas story, bad present, family member farting at the dinner table, anything like that, send it in, we'll read it out, and then you can play the Christmas-ish episode for your family on Christmas Day. That's what you want to do. That's what we all want. And then we can crack on with the new year and more big plans, hopefully, Jamie.
New year, new pod.
And I will get Jamie to disapprove in Say Dan with his present for Christmas.
I'm gonna have to try and up you. I
That's
don't
what I
know
live
if
for.
I can.
That's what I live for. I don't think you can either, because I've got an idea and I just hope I can get it done before. We've got a lot of postal strikes at the minute, so
Yeah,
I'm
that
hoping
could
I can
be
get
a
it sorted.
little fucking spanner in the works.
Yeah, I may have gone overboard, but I think you guys will find it funny. So it's all good, and it's not a sex toy. Everyone thinks it's going to be a sex toy, but I'm not going to buy him one because I know he won't use it, so it's not going to be a sex toy. That's not happening. He will use my gift.
I will use it. Oh god. No, I don't know what it is.
So yeah, send it in. Let us know what you want, and we'll try and make it happen. Oh, and if you know anyone, if you've got a band, a mate's band, or anything like that plays Christmas music, we would love to have a section at the end with someone that does a Christmas song. That would be great. If not, it's just going to be a normal No Hope Has Got Talent. But I thought I'd put that out there just in case, you know what I mean? We might have the next Christmas hit on the podcast, you never know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be good. Shall I crack on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so this week for No Hope Has Got Talent, we have got a previous band, Bluebyrd, that we played before. We love it. They've sent us their new song. We like to keep up with the artists that have been on. There's no reason why they can't be on again. If they've got a new single, we're happy to play it. Yep. As we've done for Megan. Fennel Records is quite big on our podcast.
We've got a couple coming from Brew Nation as well, haven't we?
Brew Nation, yeah. So there is new songs. So and this one's quite a nice one for today. Actually, I'm in the mood for this song, and hopefully you guys will be when you hear it. So the new song that they've sent us is called Song and Dance, which came out on November 28th. So it's last week. It says, in this speck of life that's gone in a flutter, you know what you've got to do, which is a line from the song. It's written in the dark time we call lockdown. Bluebird's Song and Dance asks us to make the most of our time on this mortal coil. It is a release of positive pent-up energy and a collaboration of what is possible, which I think is all good, because who doesn't need a bit of, release of energy when we're all stuck in the freezing cold because no one can turn the heating on. But like I said, Bluebyrd, we've linked their description, or their links in the description before, but we obviously will do it again. And thanks guys for sending your new single. Any more, please send our way. We're happy to play it. And this is Song and Dance by Bluebyrd, and we'll catch you guys later.
The day's too short to stare at the horizon, waiting for your ship to come in, placing safe bets at the table on a game you can never lose or win, keeping your cards truly hidden, waiting for the dealer's hand to turn. Even stakes keep you safe from bleeding. Nothing's lost, but nothing's really learned. You've got to dance like there's no tomorrow. Sing the song like you just don't care. 'Cause when the day is done, at the setting sun we disappear, and just your song and dance will still be here. Inch along the mealy stem to nowhere, as the butterfly soars up and cuts the blue. In this speck of life that's gone in a flutter, deep down you know what you gotta do. You've got to wake up, step out those shadows, setting sun we disappear, and just your song and dance will still be here. Like there's no tomorrow. Hey, sing a song like you just don't care. 'Cause when the day is done, at the setting sun we disappear, and just your song and dance will still be here. You've got to dance like there's no tomorrow. Hey, sing a song like you just don't care. 'Cause when the day is done, at the setting sun we disappear, and just your song and dance will still be here. Will still be here. Just your song and dance will still be here. Song